This piece of plastic is the difference between a child walking and being wheelchair bound. Fatih is wearing a back brace, and it's the difference between him going on holiday with his family or them being housebound. My son Diamo was born in 2003, severely disabled due to medical negligence. He had cerebral palsy, he was quadriplegic, he needed a lot of care, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Often the fight was to give him the care that he needed for him to live a comfortable life and for us to be a family rather than just his carers. We found that the biggest part of his daily care revolved around him getting his orthoses in time. These are body braces that help keep you in good posture for conditions like stroke, diabetes, scoliosis, and cerebral palsy. These are life-changing devices. When the system got it right, it meant that it reduced the risk of you having corrective surgery. But when the system got it wrong, which was often the case, it meant that we couldn't even feed him. He couldn't sit in his wheelchair, so we weren't able to send him to school, and therefore we were housebound as a family. Now, the process of getting those orthoses are inaccurate and very traumatic. Diamo would have to be pinned down, wrapped in plaster for almost an hour whilst he screamed the place down. We couldn't explain to him that this awful process that he was going through is for his benefit. Then the plaster mold would be sent away for it to be handmade. Months later, it would come back, by which time he had outgrown it. And then we were left with a very difficult decision to make. Do we go home with an ill-fitting device and just make it work somehow, put a plaster on it or something, or wait another 3 to 6 months for something that is not guaranteed that it would work? In March 2012, on his 9th birthday, Diamo passed away suddenly and unexpectedly. Less than a year from that, my husband Naveed was invited to a tech conference. And he heard Chris Thorpe talk about scanning Welsh steam trains with 3D scanners and then 3D printing replacement parts for it in metal. Naveed starts firing up these tweets and asking, are we using these technology for kids with disabilities? He happened to sit down with James Governor, who was running the conference at the time, and spoke to him about how he would like to come back into this conference in 2 years' time and talk about how we could use these technologies in helping children with disabilities, and then told him about our experience with Diamo. James would not allow him to leave until he promised that he would come back in a year's time with a prototype. Now, I was home nursing our 2-week-old daughter. I wasn't very pleased. He comes back and he tells me that we're going to start a company, we're going to start 3D printing stuff. And I thought, you've had way too much cheese at that conference. You're going to sober up in the morning and forget this conversation ever happened. It's fine. A year later, we were on that stage with a company and 2 prototypes. Going through that, we started to realize what we've gotten ourselves into. The symptoms that we were seeing as parents of Diamo, trying to care for him, was merely something what was it? It was deeper and much bigger than what we were actually experiencing. Clinicians are retiring faster than they're being trained. There is 300 orthotists left in this country serving more than 1 million NHS orthotics users. This number is growing by 4 to 6% a year. And then this is also mirrored globally everywhere. And now you can imagine we're not going to be catching up anytime soon. we realized that what we were seeing with our care for our son was a system of measure, make, and then just cross your fingers and hope for the best. We started in 2014 with 3 founders. By 2018, there were 7 of us. And today, there's 25 of us. People expect us to fail because this company started by 2 parents who are fed up with the way the system was not working. It didn't work for us, and it's still not working for the parents right now. And we wanted to change things. I love this slide because it explains everything that is wrong with the orthotic services. The ingredients are there. All the pieces are in that room. But you can't get to things fast enough, and it's not gelled together. And for us, it was the point of we needed to work as a unit, filled with empathy as a foundation, work together, collaborate with experts in this field. We have amazing clinicians, designers, software engineers, software developers, working to solve one problem and one problem only, and that is how do we get to every single child that needs it within 1 week of their need globally. This is a mission-led company, but we are fully understanding that to be able to serve the children that we are hoping to serve, we need to start with empathy. And when you do it right, I'd like to show you an example of how this could change the face of the orthotics industry.
Not seeing that, oh, I'm going back, I'm going back. Yeah, because originally it's round actually, right. And they were made to lock in their type of extension to give them stability so they didn't collapse. So you were seeing original ground reactions where they were giving more hyperextension to them. And also, you lose a ground reaction.
Just do it my way, mate.
So that's much easier than the last one, isn't it?
Oh, so much easier. You don't even understand.
You've got to get it through the hole.
Okay. I just have to use this.
There we go.
Oh, that's so much easier. You don't even understand. This is so fun! I never thought walking could be fun! This is too cool.
That is a major
There's
improvement.
so much light.
Do you remember the... Right, so go again.
Alright,
Go,
alright, calm
quick.
down, mate.
Chop, chop. That's really nice. Because when I first saw her walk, she was at Sam's house, in the living room, in the kitchen, she was like, I just went, yeah, I really don't think we'll get much.
And I'm actually walking faster in this.
Would you have normally gone around twice?
I go around slower.
Right, and stop, operator. Stop. Right, what I want you to do, if you can take a step back into the room.
Yeah.
Backwards walking.
Backwards.
Come on, right, let's do practice.
Right.
Shut up!
Thank you.